Welcome, everyone, to the Lionsgate Empowerment Summit hosted by the Spiritual View. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot. I'm a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And I'm honored to be your guide today on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment. As we gather here today, we stand at the threshold of a powerful manifestation portal, one that marks the rise of the feminine within each of us and return to our collective feminine power. And who better to embody this energy than Lilith, the misunderstood goddess, the symbol of feminine strength and autonomy. For too long, Lilith has been cast as demonic, a shadow side of the feminine, feared and reviled. But we know the truth. Lilith represents the collective mistreatment of women since the dawn of time on Earth, the silencing of our voices, the suppression of our power. We were taught to be ashamed of who we are and what we are able to do. But today we rise with Lilith, we rise with the feminine, as we reclaim our rightful place in the world. Let's take this journey together with courage, with strength, and with the knowledge that we are not alone. We are the daughters of Lilith, and we will not be silenced. Okay, so today I have planned for you a beautiful shame release ceremony for Lilith's daughters. But before we get too far into that, I want to give you a little bit of the backstory and history of Lilith in case you don't know her full story. All right, so let's see. I'm going to add some things to the screen. So yes, today we're going to be doing the Lilith's Daughters Shame Release Ritual. And so I'll let you pause here. This is the things that you're going to need for the ritual. So if you want to pause the video and go gather these things, we're going to need a pen and paper. We're going to need a candle. This isn't necessary, but it's just kind of to set the tone in the environment. So the candle, it would be preferable to have an orange candle or a red candle so that we're working with that sacral chakra energy. We need a lighter or a match. We need an abalone shell or just a glass bowl. Either one will do. We need white sage, or if you have incense that has sage in it, that will do as well. And then we need a bowl of water that has some Himalayan salt in it. All right, so again, if you want to pause this video and go gather your things that you're going to be needing for this ritual. All right. All right, so we're going to get started by just going over a little bit of Lilith's backstory. So Lilith has been demonized by the Judeo and Christian beliefs, but her full story is one of feminine suppression with a message of liberation for us all. So we're going to learn a little bit about Lilith today before we get into this ritual that is invoking her energy for the feminine liberation. All right, so in the beginning, there was Adam, and with him a partner, an equal, a goddess, Lilith. Created from the same earth, breathed into life by the same divine breath. Together they walked in Eden, hand in hand. So Lilith was the first wife of Adam, and she was an equal to him, but Adam wanted her to be under his submission. As time passed, Adam sought dominance. He wished to rule over Lilith, to silence her voice, to submission. Lilith refused. She stood tall, unwavering in her power, and for that she was cast out of Eden. And so after a standoff with Adam, where she refused to be underneath him during sex, he asked that she be banned from the garden. But she did stand her ground. Adam cried to the heavens, Lilith, she is so evil, she's a demon. And the heavens listened. They turned their backs on Lilith, and she was left to wander, alone and scorned. But Lilith did not falter. She walked on, her head held high, her spirit unbroken. So it was from there that she was declared a demon, first by Adam, and then she was shunned by both heaven and earth for a time. She walked through the desert, through the darkness, and into the light. She found her way to the Red Sea, and there she met the great serpent, the symbol of feminine power. And with him she found solace, she found strength. Lilith became a goddess, a symbol of liberation, of the feminine rising. She became a protector of women, a guardian of their rights. And though Adam and the heavens may have forgotten her, Lilith never forgot herself. She remembered her power, her worth, and her voice. And so let us remember Lilith. Let us honor her story, her strength. Let us invoke her energy, her power. May we stand tall like Lilith, unwavering in our own power. May we refuse to be silenced. May we refuse to be oppressed. May we rise like Lilith and claim our rightful place in the world. May Lilith's story be a reminder, a testament to the power of the feminine. May we learn from her courage, her resilience. May we embrace our own inner Lilith, and may we never forget our own worth. And so despite the stories told of her, Lilith grew into her own right and power and is now a symbol of liberation, the feminine rising. She became a protector of women and a guardian of their rights. All right. So I think we're ready to now begin our shame release ceremony. So I'll remind you again, these are the things that we're going to need for the ceremony. We're going to need a pen and paper. You're going to have a candle. If you have the candle with you, just go ahead and light the candle now so that it's lit throughout the entire ceremony. You need the lighter or a match, the abalone shell or a glass bowl, white sage or an incense, and a bowl of water with Himalayan salt. All right. All right, so for this next part, I'm going to put 5 minutes up on the clock. And we are going to take this time to write down the parts of the feminine nature that we do not like. So these are the parts of the feminine nature that we're ashamed of, the parts that we don't like about, just the feminine in general. So if you are a feminine, this is the parts that you don't like about yourself, about being a female. This is what you don't like about this. And if you're a masculine doing this with us, in which we do appreciate any masculines that are doing this with us, even though it is more intended for the feminine, we know that we have men out there that are right alongside us, helping, to bring in this rise of the feminine, not because either one of us is greater than the other, but because we really are equal. And we really do have, value and compliments to each other in the nature that we need to be bringing to this world. All right, so again, we're just going to take this next 5 minutes just to write down all the things that we do not like, the things that we shame about the feminine experience. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up onto the stage, and let's get over here and get it going. All right. So just as you are writing, I'm going to just read some things out. Lilith was the counterpart to Adam before Eve. She left Adam because she did not want to be subservient to him. She was demonized by Judeo-Christian doctrine, but today she is a symbol of women claiming their sovereignty. So this ritual is to help you release the shame associated with being a woman, or the shame that you hold against women. It's to help us to feel more empowered in our feminine states. And so here's a little, just see. It's a little poem that goes with this. A red tent ritual for Lilith's daughters. Dear sisters, let me help you shed the shame. I will cleanse you with sage. We will wipe your body with salt water. We will put our hands on our heart and our hands on our belly. As we say the statements that will help us to release the shame. Got 1 minute on the clock. Ten seconds. All right. We are done. Okay. Let's see. Let me get this back up on the screen here. All right, so we just finished writing down the parts of the feminine nature that we do not like. And so I just want you to set that to the side for now, and we're going to be working through the rest of this ceremony. And so the next parts of this ceremony are going to be affirmations. And so the first part of this, I'm going to be saying them, and I want you to have your hands in your bowl of water. So just put your hands in the bowl of water. As I am speaking these affirmations, you can have your eyes closed as you are listening to my voice and just taking in these affirmations. And you can repeat it to yourself, but this part is a silent part, this next part. There will be a part that I will ask you to repeat after me, but when we get to that, I will let you know. But for this part right here, you're just sitting, you're listening to my voice, and you've got your hands in the water for the cleansing. As you are doing that, I am going to be I'm going to have my sage, and I'm going to be speaking and doing the sage as we go through these. All right. And then I also want to explain that for each one of these affirmations, I have adapted them. One is for if you are a female, one is if you are a woman, and one is if you are a man. And so, because like I said, I do know that we have men that are supporting us in this. This is not just for the women. And we do all have that inner feminine. So there is this part of us that is needing to reclaim that for all of us, not just for the females. And so I did try to set this up so that everyone can participate with us. All right. So just as we go through this, just listen and take in these affirmations. And just keep your hands in the water, and I will be doing, again, the sage as I'm saying the affirmations. All right, so let me get my sage going again. Okay. Trying to get this going. All right. So we're just going to start with the first slide here. I wash away the shame because I menstruate. We wash away the shame of menstruation. Okay. I wash away the shame because I have breast. We wash away the shame of breast. I wash away the shame of my sex. We wash away the shame of the female sex. I wash away the shame because I grow older. We wash away the shame of women's age. I wash away the shame of not being attractive enough. We wash away the shame of the female's need to keep a certain appearance. I wash away the shame of gaining weight. We wash away the shame of a female's weight. I wash away the shame of having an opinion that differs from others. We wash away the shame of women having varying opinions. I wash away the shame of living a life for myself. We wash away the shame of women living lives for themselves. All right, so this next part, you're going to take your hands out of the water, rub them together. We're going to place one hand on our heart and the other hand on our womb as you repeat after me. And so this is mainly just for the females. For the men, if you want to adapt this to something that makes more sense for you, but this is mainly just for the females at this point. All right, so with your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. I wash away the shame for being a woman. I wash away the shame for being a woman. I wash away the shame for having a body that functions just as it should. I wash away the shame for having a body that functions just as it should. All right. So at this point, we're going to get our glass bowl out, and we're going to take our writing that we did earlier, all the things that we felt shame for that were associated with being female, with the feminine. And so we're going to take the things that we've written, and I want you to fold it up and then just start ripping it up. Just rip it into as many pieces as you feel like you need to. And this part is probably better to do outside, and so I probably won't do the full version of it here inside of my room because I'm sure that I will set off fire alarms. But this next part right here, we are going to burn all of these things that we feel shame for about being a female. So if you have your candle, you can take just a little piece of it and light it up, and then just start burning all of your pieces. So I've got my little fire going. It all burn away. Okay. You do have your water handy if necessary. These do start getting a little too out of hand here. Pause this. Okay, so for how I did this without setting off my fire alarm, I have no idea. It's literally like right up above me. So, all right. So that concludes the ritual. I'm actually going to close this out though with a channeled message from Lilith. All right. So let's see. All right, so what message does Lilith have for us to empower us at this time? It's time to overcome the fear of being your fullest version of your goddess energy within. I could feel the fear associated with just invoking the name Lilith. There is still so much fear connected to the divine feminine that is left over from centuries of misinformation. Fear over the way the feminine body is so connected to both the earth and the etheric realms. Fear over the way the feminine just naturally knows things of which have not yet been told. Fear of allowing her power to rise to match, or heaven forbid, surpass that of her divine counterpart. We are moving past the fears. We see through the illusions. We know that most often what we are told to fear most is the very thing that would also empower us the most and make us unable to control. It's the same story from the beginning of time on earth, and it's now time for a new ending. Allow the feminine within us all to finally rise to her rightful power and authority. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me for this ritual, giving me your time and your space and energy. And hopefully you found value out of this. I hope that you've been following along with all of the different things, offerings that each of the ladies have prepared for this day, and that you are feeling much more empowered and just, on this energy high from this Lionsgate portal. It's just been an amazing time for us. All right. So if you have found value in this, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications, and it will let you know every time we post new videos. We have a lot going on here. Check us out on Mondays and Fridays for our live readings. And then daily, we have videos rolling each day by different readers. Again, we just thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your week.